Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name is Rayge, and we are back today to unpack the new Spider Society team that is joining into the game. Now that their stats have been officially added into MarvelStrikeForce.com, I love deep diving and analyzing where they kind of rank up against the other raid teams, but as well, whether or not you should be building this team at the moment or skipping it until we see some additional updates to the game. So, in case you guys missed the boat on this, the 5 Spider Society characters are Penny Parker, Peter B. Parker, Spider-Man Pavateer, we got Ghost Spider, and then Spider-Man Noir, both getting reworked and now revised since their last inclusion into the game. And this is, yes, the new skill raid team intended for incursion raids, difficulty, especially if you're trying to build up Gear Tier 19, Crimson Gear, and working your way towards Dark Dimension 7 ultimately for Mephisto. Now, I do want to point out a couple things that's a little different from this team, guys, is that they're finally going to replace the terrible Invaders team. They rack up really well. Their stats and their synergy is much better, so that they're intended to really be able to finally conquer those nodes and allow most folks and teams and alliances to get that 100% completion, because skill is the last section of the game in terms of the raids for Incursion 2. They are the first dual synergy trait team that we've ever seen in the game. So what do I mean by this? Well, you think about characters like Dr. Doom and Kestrel, where they're consisting of multiple traits. Well, this team actually consists of an entire full team of them. How does that work for Noir and Spider-Gwen? Well, they do get actually revisions to their kit, so you're going to be using them. You actually have the option to use them in multiple sections of raids if you choose so, but it's going to be interesting to see how this dynamic shakes the game up, because typically they've only tried to stay tried and true to one trait just to keep it simple, and with this dual synergy trait, it means in the future we may actually see more reworks coming where additional traits are getting added, which ramps up the difficulty for sure. What I do like about this aspect is that theory crafting raids now are going to create more opportunities for different team synergies, especially characters that can be used in multiple sections, which is why many folks really enjoyed using Dr. Doom and Kestrel, because they can double dip in different areas. And especially a character like Kestrel, where you build her to the moon, she's going to be providing value all across the board in different sections and areas of the game. They're a mix of bio, mystic, and tech combined with skill. So depending on which character you're looking at, those are the resources that you're going to be also needing, which overall reduces the skill requirements, but you still need to make sure that you have a mixture of this bio, mystic, and tech depending on the tune that you want to build up. And guys, having said that, typically what we've seen from the inclusion of new raid teams coming into the game is that it's always out with the old, in with the new. So there likely is going to be a higher level raid coming into the game, and they're ramping things up. We only have up to difficulty 3 in Incursion 2, which means could we very well see difficulty 4 all the way to difficulty 6? Definitely. We saw that with the Incursion 1, and I would expect that to be the exact same. However, they may switch up the order of things depending on if they want to pivot and force players to actually build up this team. We don't know that just yet, and that's exactly why we're taking a look at their kit and seeing if they are worthwhile. Having said that, now we have all this information. So what I did is I did populate this from the website, because now that we have the final confirmed stats as opposed to assumptions and calculations from our side, we can take a look at how the Spider Society team actually racks up against the Invaders that we've previously used, as well as both Extreme X-Men and the Hive Mind team, because they are the 2 most recent teams that have been added from a raid perspective. And how this table works, guys, is that we've taken a look at their stats overall, compared them against the other 250 plus tunes in the game, and where we slotted them into the respective legend here, right? They can be S tier, which is top 25 in the game, A tier, which is top 50, plus minus depending on where they rank up. B is top 100, and as well C is top 200. So what I really do like about the Spider Society team is that they rank up really well in terms of their averages, and overall they're a really speedy team as well. So let's go work our ways top down from a holistic component, right? You can see here Spider-Gwen does thrive in her armor the most, but she's gonna have a good mixture of HP and damage. She brings a lot of damage she brings a lot of HP component to the team and bolstering them to survivability. She's also got the second fastest close to the second fastest speed on the game in terms of this team synergy with Spider-Man Noir. So you're getting Gwen and Noir going pretty quickly here, but not before Pav, who doesn't shine in his armor, but he does have the 128 speed, which means he's going to go first, depending on his synergy and what you want to do with his kit. And then you have Peter and Penny being slower on the team, but they are very statistically gifted. As you can see, Peter having the 7th highest HP in the game, Penny still being top 25, but she's got the highest armor in the game. So she's going to be tanking up the damage here, and we haven't typically seen this with a skill team where, you know, we have a true tank, and in this case, Penny is going to serve that placement. We also have Noir actually being revised now to be top 11 in the game for damage and S+ tier for armor. So this is a very, very good team, as you can see. High in HP, high in damage because it's A or above, and as well high in armor. So from a statistical standpoint, this is a very gifted raid team that should have some longer and staying value in terms of the raid teams that we've seen turn around. Now, if we just scroll down here and just compare them to how the other teams have been in the game, you can see why this team is going to be so much better than the Invaders, right? The Invaders was just B across the board with a molasses speed of 105 average. Like, it's no wonder that we weren't able to get it done. And if you guys have built up your Invaders to the moon, I am so sorry for your terrible investment. It's just, I saw this right away from the beginning. And this is why I do these stats analysis, is because I want to know what I'm investing in. If I see that they're already not shining in any true way compared to other characters or teams in the game, for me, it's just not worth it. I stopped building them after gear tier 16, and that is what it is. Thankfully, they're in the last section of Incursion 2, so we didn't have to worry about that. Now, Extreme X-Men and Hive Mind are definitely two of the stronger teams that we've seen come to date for raid. So you can see Extreme having S tier in HP, and as well as strong A's across the board for attacking and armor. So their speed's a little bit moderate, but you can see how much better Spider Society is going to be because they have a faster than average speed, and 3 out of their tunes are higher than average characters in the game. Hive Mind is speedier, but you can see they do take a dip in their armor a little bit, similar to Extreme, but they do shine in their damage aspect, which is where they thrive with the debuffs and obviously the buffs that are placed, ability blocks and so forth, and strong HP as well. So well-rounded, right? This is a very, very comparable team to what we're seeing with Extreme and Hive Mind, which is amazing to see, right? They are higher in armor, and their damage aspect is actually basically the same. So I'm very happy to see where the Spider Society team is at, because they're going to have dual synergy. So we're going to be able to use them across different areas of the game. Even if it's not just raids, the fact that they're slotted in as dual traits means that for, you know, legendary events, trials, and so forth, we're going to get some more gifted options for a raid team that we're already building up. And that just creates more opportunity for value in the future. So guys, big question, skip this team or build? Well, it's never really a tried and true answer. It just depends, right? Only the top 150 to 200 alliances right now are doing skill rates consistently. So it's honestly going to depend on your alliance. If you are one of those a few alliances that are in this ranking, especially top 100, you don't have a choice. You got to basically build it, right? If you're not, then, you know, that's going to be the big question mark here, because in order to even touch the skill rates, you have to complete 80% of the incursion rates. And for my alliance personally anyways, we're hitting consistently 70 to 75%, which means we're either just finishing bio or we're in the middle of bio by the time the clock runs out. So it doesn't really make sense yet, because we don't have enough energy, and by the time you get there, it's really about pushing your points higher and higher. So it's going to honestly depend on where your alliance wants to be for the ranks and the points reward coming out of this, because you're building a team that you possibly may not be even using in your day-to-day, right? So that's definitely something strongly to note for. And then finally, if there's going to be new raids coming where the order of skill is actually flipped, we saw this with Incursion 1. I believe skills section was actually right after mutants, or it was the section after bio, which was after mutant. So either way, it was like in the middle of the raids, right? So there obviously was more of an importance to build up a skill raid team, so that way you can perform and bring that to the finish line. We don't see that in Incursion 2 because skill is slotted at the very end. So for that reason, there's definitely more reasons right now to wait and see. This is a very, very good team though, which means if you do want to start putting in some investment to either some of these tunes are in game, like Spider-Gwen and Noir, it won't hurt you later on, but just know that we won't be using these teams just yet unless you're in the top 100 to top 150 in alliances, which likely may not be applicable for many viewers that are checking out my channel. So hopefully this helps you guys. Amazing review here of the stats though. I'm really pleased with what I'm seeing. Cannot wait to try them out as these characters come into the game. Thank you for your time as always. Do let me know anything in comments below, and I'll keep you guys posted. Thank you. I'll catch you guys in the next one.